Okay, this is pretty much how bare bones you're gonna get here in one of the Cessnas. 182, these are one of the newer models, this is 2024, I believe. But we have a lot of these panels taken out because not only do we have to do the inspection, but we also have to do our corrosion prevention spray. So all the panels are opened up. Just wanted to show and look around. Just wanted to show what was all up in here. Just a quick little look for anybody who's curious on what a 182 looks like. But this is with the Garmin setup, and there's a lot going on back here. You can see all the Garmin wires, all the shield terminations, and the yoke, and the control rod, and brakes down here, circuit breakers, all that stuff. But you have everything tunneling underneath the floorboards here. You can see if I move the pedals, it's doing bell cranks, and those bell cranks are moving some wires, or cables I mean. You can see that, that's for the rudder, swimming that cable. There's a fuel sump down there. You can see more cabling if I go to the other side. Trim's looking really good. There's some trim that's messed up on another airplane that we look after, and Cessna won't get back to us for a warranty claim on that. But there's just something I was talking about. Pumps. More cables. And you can see the cables actuate. Let me get some good lighting up in here. You can see the cables move. If I'm moving, this is roll right now. There you go, that's your roll. Boom, 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 boom. If I pull back on the yoke, it moves this. You can see that moves everything. Fascinating. Let me show you more stuff, more Garmin wiring. Here, brake lines, brake line, more electrical cable. Nice little Garmin setup here, G1000 setup with some TDFM radio. Take you guys over here where all the spaghetti is happening, all the cable madness. But you can see ELT right there. Good location, easy to get to. You can see radio cabling to the antenna. And this is where we start looking into the Autopilot system. This is your pitch right here, your pitch servo. And that's your roll servo. Look at that, pretty cool stuff. More wiring, lots of wiring, more cables. Want to make sure these cables are all looking good and centered. I've seen them before where that cable isn't riding on the phenolic wheel and it's actually like popped out. So make sure that doesn't happen if you're inspecting one of these. That's where the cablings go. They go inside the aircraft on the floorboard where we just were. Circuit breakers here. But it's actually kind of hollow for the most part. Super hollow. Make our way down here. Wing setup, you can move this up and down. There you go. More antennas. And this is where the rudder cables go to. Right here. see that if I move the rudder. Moves that around. I don't see a lot of wraps, safety wire wraps here, just more of the clips. I guess that's the most easy way to do it these days. I don't blame them, because wrapping those is kind of annoying. Especially on the different type of wrap and how secure you want it. Here we are in the baggage compartment. See, not much over here. But again, here in the middle of the floorboards are the control cables. These wirings go to the Garmin computers, which are behind here, and they're all like stacked up vertically. And then here's your battery. More wiring. Let me see if I can get you under so you can see. Yeah, not much. Not much, nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. But this is how open it gets. Let me show you the wings. Moving that by hand, nice and loose. Yeah, but we're inspecting one of these. It's really hollow, these wings. You open up a panel over there and you won't see anything on either side. See some wires. Let's see. Garmin. Well, Garmin, I think that's a magnetometer. See, like this, for example. See how it's like nothing. Nothing much is going on. And you're opening up and you're like, well, what is there to inspect, you know? More wires. Stall horn, make sure that's working. Make sure you're pre-flighting on that every single time. Flap control rods, or not rods, cable. They go in here. You might have some models that will have insulation right there where that teardrop looking lightning hole is, and it will kind of block the view. So just be careful with that. Make sure you're aware of that. Can already see some wear from the control cable. But that's why it's there. There's that wear out. Then the control cable itself. Here's the engine. So I think this is 200 hours on it. No, not 200 hours. I think 400 hours. So the mags are gonna have to get out soon for overhaul. Triple prop. Good thing that no oil is coming out of the prop. If it were, we would have to go send it off. But it's looking really clean. My coworker already did a lot of stuff and got a lot of the engine stuff done, but gotta appreciate them because the older they get, you know that they get a little bit dirty and the leaks start happening and it gets harder to fix those. So just appreciate it while you can. Good engine here. We love Lycoming. Lycoming is the best. More of a Lycoming fan than Continental fan. AC tubing. More control cables. And those wires go out to the wing all the way down here. That's what controls your strobe and your position lights, or other way around. See, look, here's the clip that I was talking about. Right there. And they made it so you can even look in here. Thank you, Cessna, for that. Yeah, and this is, I think I was wrong about the servos back there. I think those were for pitch and rudder, but I think this is for, where is it? I think this is for your roll control for your autopilot. I think I had those backwards or wrong earlier. Control cable. This is your flap motor, and you can see it's just a few Molex connections. Then you just wire around back to the front there. But I'll show you guys the switch that controls that. But you can barely see the wires back there underneath the motor. Yeah, look at that. Looks good. Good looking. Courtesy light. And look up in here also. See. Again, the little abrasion plastics. Here's the flap switch, the flap mechanism. Well, that's cow flaps. These flaps right here. Right there. And you can see it's just a bunch of switches. It's just a bunch of switches. Position switches. Look at that. Bunch of switches. And as I move, let me see if I can hold this up somewhere. And as I move this flap switch, you can see the positioner move also. I hope I got that. It's that white. Yeah, see that? There's some switches for your flaps. Cool stuff. Cow flaps in your trim. This trim will rotate, and you'll see it rotate also on the tail live, so you can confirm if it's moving or not. More antenna work down here. Antennas everywhere. Position lights there too. Cool stuff. This is pretty much how open it gets for every single 100 hour for the most part. And yeah, that's just a little walk around of the 100 hour and what it entails. I didn't cover much on top of the wings or the wheels or the brakes, but I'm not really too focused on that section of the video right now. Just want to show you guys just the openness of the plane during these inspections, so I'm gonna call it there.